Hello and welcome. In this video, we will learn about if-else statement. Alright? Now, I'm going to take an example and tell you how to write a program for it and then explain you when do we use this if-else loop. Okay? Yes. Let me straight away go to the problem. So here is it. Create a variable to store the age of a person. Check if the age is greater than or equal to 18. If the age of the person is more than or equal to 18, say eligible to vote. If the age of the person is less than 18, say not eligible to vote. So basically we are writing a program to check whether a person is eligible to vote or not. Okay. So let us start doing this step by step. So first is to create a variable to store the age of a person. So let me do that. So you know that this is the basic structure of Java program. You can delete this. We'll need this later but not now. Okay. So I'll delete this. So this is the basic structure. So here I will say int age of person. So we have created a variable. Okay. So we will enter the value later. Next, check if the age is greater than or equal to 18. So I need to check if the age is greater than or equal to 18. Okay. Now, when we need to check something, then we use if loop. Okay. So let me write down the syntax and explain you. So if loop syntax goes like this. So if and then in brackets condition and then inside curly braces the code that you need to execute when the condition inside the bracket is true. Okay. So let me not confuse you by explaining too much. Let me go to the problem. Check if the age is greater than or equal to 18. That is our condition. We need to check if the age of the person is greater than or equal to 18. So here in the bracket I'll say age of the person is greater than or equal to 18. Okay, I need to check age of the person if the age of the person is greater than or equal to 18. So we have not entered any value for the variable, which we will do it later. Okay, do not worry about it right now. Now, if it is greater than 18, then what else? What do we do? If the age of the person is more than or equal to 18, I need to say eligible to vote. So let me do that now. Here, inside this, I need to say what do we need to do if the result of this is true. Okay. So we have learnt about boolean in last video, correct? So this will result either in true or false. So if it is true, what should we do? So here we need to say system dot out dot print ln, and what should we say? We need to say eligible to vote, correct? Eligible to vote. So eligible, let me have E in capital, eligible to vote. Okay, eligible to vote. So if age of the person is greater than or equal to 18, then say eligible to vote. That is what this sentence means, and that is what we also want, correct? If the age of the person is more than or equal to 18, say eligible to vote. So here let me stop writing program and let me execute it once. So we have initialized, or we have set age of a person is a variable, but we have not mentioned the value, or we have not initialized the variable. So let us do that. So let me say is equal to 19. Okay, 19. So I am saying age of the person is equal to 19, and then here I am saying if age of person is greater than or equal to 18, say this. Okay, so let me run it, and you get an error. I do this error. Okay, I do not put this. Okay, so system dot out dot print, what is it? Yes, system, a spelling mistake here. So let me run it to get eligible to vote. This is because we have said age of person equal to 19. So 19 is stored in age of person. Next, it is checked here if 19 is greater than or equal to 18. So 19 is greater than 18, and so this is executed, or whatever is inside the curly braces is executed. Okay, now let me have it as 11. So I'll run it, and I get program did not output anything. That is because we have not written codes, we have not written any code to say when this is false. Okay, what should happen when this is false? We have to write one more set of codes for that, correct? So here I'll have one more if loop. If age of person is less than 18, okay, so that is the second condition, correct? If the age of person is less than 18, say not eligible to vote. So here less than 18, and inside curly braces I have to say system dot out dot println, and here not eligible to vote. Okay, not eligible to vote. So I have 11 here. Let us run it to get, once again I missed this, to get not eligible to vote. Alright, now I keep missing this because I work on Python, and in Python it is not necessary. So here it is necessary. Alright, now see what is happening is I am saying age of person is 11. Age of person is 11. So first it checks whether 11 is greater than or equal to 18. So this comes out as false, and so this is skipped. Okay, this is entirely skipped. It doesn't touch this code at all. Next it goes to this 11 less than 18. Is it true or false? It is true, and so whatever is inside this set of curly braces is executed, and so we get not eligible to vote. Okay, not eligible to vote. So basically the syntax for if loop is if and condition goes here, condition, and here inside curly braces we have the statements to execute if the condition is true. Okay, is true. So what people do is people have this in the next line, that's all. Okay, this in the next line. So you can have it here or here, it is left to you. Alright, so this is basically the syntax of if loop, pretty straightforward and very easy. Okay, now let me delete this. So this is how if loop works. Now instead of having two if loops, we can just say else. Okay, else, and then eliminate this condition entirely. Okay, eliminate this condition entirely. So basically what we are saying is if age of person is greater than or equal to 18, execute this, else execute this. That's all. What does this else mean? Else means if this is false, then execute this. Okay, so basically what we are saying is if this is true, execute this. If this is false, then execute this. That is what we are saying using else. So instead of using two if loops, we are using if and else. Okay, if and else. All right. Yes. Next, let me delete this. Let me delete this. Okay. Now, let me go to second exercise or program. I need to create a variable to store a number. If the number is less than 0, say the number is negative. If the number is more than 0, say the number is positive. If the number is equal to 0, say the number is 0. Okay. So now we have three conditions. And when you have more than two conditions, you cannot use if else loop. Of course, you can use if else loop, but then we have to use else if along with it, which is what we'll be learning now. Okay. Yeah. So here I'll say int number. Okay, number. I want to save it in num and I'll end it here. Okay. So I have created a variable to store a number. Now I have three conditions. If number is less than 0, more than 0, equal to 0. So let me write program for that. So first I'll write if. Okay, if and condition number is greater than 0, not greater than or equal to, but greater than 0. Alright, and then open and closed curly braces. Okay, this is opening, this is closing, this is closing for this, and this is closing for this. Okay, do not get confused. Now, if number is greater than 0, I need to say system.out.println. I need to say number is positive. Okay, number is positive. So that is our first condition. If number is less than 0, number is negative. Let me change it. It doesn't matter, but let me change it and go according to this exercise here. If the number is less than 0, say the number is negative. Okay. Next, if the number is more than 0, say the number is positive. So I'll have one more if loop. Okay, and I'll copy this to save your time and my time also. If number is greater than 0, say number is positive. Okay, so that is our second condition. Next, third condition, if the number is equal to 0, say the number is 0. Okay, neutral. So I'll copy, I have already copied, I'll paste it once again. So if number is equal to 0, so we have two equal to symbols. Okay, we have learnt about this, two equal to symbols. If number is equal to 0, then say number is 0. Okay, so we have three if loops here. Now let me assign a number and check. So I'll say number is equal to -8. All right, -8. So I'll run it and run it to get number is negative. Okay, so number less than 0. So first condition comes out as true, and so this is executed. This comes out as false, so this is skipped. This comes out as false, and so this is skipped. Okay, now I'll have +8. Okay, so let me run it. Number is positive, so this is checked first, comes out as false, so this is skipped. This is checked, comes out as true, and so this is executed. This is checked, comes out as false, and so this is skipped. Okay, next I'll have 0 here. I'll run it and I'll get 0. Okay, so this is working fine, but we do not generally use this format. Okay, so instead of using 3 if loops, we use else if and else. Okay, So for first condition we use if. For first condition we use if, and for the last condition, we use else. Okay, else. So we say else, and then we remove the condition. Okay, we take out the condition. So first is if, second is else, and for the conditions in between we use else if. Okay, else if. So if, else if, else. Okay. Now let me run it to get number is 0. So let me have let me have 9 and run it to get number is positive. Okay. So now we'll analyze this, what is happening. So I'm saying number is equal to 9. First it checks whether this comes out as true. This comes out as false, and so this is skipped. Okay. Next it checks whether this is true. So we have else if here. So it checks if this is true. So this is true, and so this is executed, or whatever is in between the curly braces is executed. Next, else, it doesn't reach here at all because this is true. Okay, this is true. So this is how else if works. So if you have more than one condition, then you can check it here, and you can have as many else ifs as you want inside here. Okay, so you can have one more condition and it can be checked using one more else if, and you can have one more condition and you can check with one more else if. Alright, so you can have as many else ifs as you want, but there will be only one if and only one else. Alright, so let me delete this, and let me proceed to the next exercise. So create variables to store marks and attendance. Okay, so I need to create two variables here, marks and attendance. If the marks is greater than or equal to 40 and the attendance is greater than 60%, then say you passed the exam, else say you failed the exam. So now let us do this step by step. Let me create variables to store marks and attendance. So I'll go here, I'll say int marks, okay, int marks, and int attendance, okay, int attendance. Now I've created two variables. If the marks is greater than or equal to 40, so that is our first condition. If marks is greater than or equal to 40, that is our first condition, and then we have one more condition, attendance is greater than 60. Okay, attendance is greater than 60. So we have our second condition. Now try to understand, if both this and this is true, then we need to execute this. Okay, if both are true, if both this and this are true, then we need to execute this, or we need to say this. Alright, so we need to use this. Okay, sorry, this and, alright, and. So let me explain about this later. So double ampersand, and we write our next condition here. Attendance is greater than 60. Attendance is greater than 60. Attendance is greater than 60. Alright, if marks is greater than or equal to 40 and attendance is greater than 60, then say you pass the exam. Then say system out print ln you pass the exam. Okay, else say you failed the exam. Else say, let me copy this, else say you failed the exam. Else, and this system dot out println you failed the exam. Alright, so let me have marks here. I'll say 50 and attendance, let me say 79. Okay, 79. So let me run it. Once again, I keep missing this. I'm sorry for this. Okay, run. You passed the exam. Alright, so now let us try to analyze this. If and conditions, we have two conditions here, and if both are true, we need to execute this, else execute this. That is our program. Okay, so this is our first condition, if marks is greater than or equal to 40, and we have used double ands, and then we have written our second condition. What this double and does is, it comes out as true only if both this and this are true. Okay, when you use double and, okay, double ands, the result will be true if both of these are true. So if any one of these conditions is false, then the result of entire thing is false, and so this will not be executed. Okay, now let me have 30 here. Okay, let me have 30 here and attendance 79. So now let me run it, and you failed the exam. Okay, see, marks is 30, attendance is 79. So first condition, marks greater than or equal to 40. 30 is not greater than or equal to 40, and so this is false. This is false. Now let me have F here. This is false. Attendance is equal to 79. So attendance is greater than 60. This is true, correct? 79 is greater than 60. So this is true. But we have double and symbol here. So if we have false and if we have true, then the result of entire thing will be false. And so this will not be executed and this will be executed. Okay, this will be executed. I hope you have understood. Now this comes true only when this and this both are true. Okay. Now, what if we have condition or? If the marks is greater than or equal to 40 or the attendance is greater than 60%, then say you pass the exam. So here basically we are saying if either this or this is true, then execute this. Okay, if a student has either marks or attendance, then he has passed the exam. That is what we want to say. If that is the case, then instead of using double ands, you need to use the pipe symbols. Okay, now these are available above the enter button on the keyboard. Okay, you have backward slash button above the keyboard, enter button, correct? So same backward slash button has this symbol which you can access using access by pressing shift button. Alright, so this is called as pipe symbol. So if you have two pipe symbol, it means if you want this entire thing to be true, okay, if you want the result of this entire thing to be true, then either this should be true or this should be true. Okay, that means if any one of these is false, then you get the result as true. Okay, so see, now I'll run it and you can see I get you pass the exam. That is because this is false. 30 is not greater than or equal to 40. This is false, but this is true. This is true, and so this comes out as true. So if either of one is true, then result is true and this gets executed. So this comes out as false, the result of this entire thing comes out as false only if both are false. Okay, both are false. So let me have 19 here, let me have 19 here. So this is false, correct? 30 is less than 40, so this is false, and attendance is less than 60, and so this is false. So when you have both false and false, you get the entire result as false. Other than that, the result will be true. So let me check it to get you failed the exam. Okay, you failed the exam. Alright. So I hope you have understood. For and symbol, both have to be true to get true. And for pipe symbol, any one of them has to be true to get the entire result as true. Okay? Yes. So I guess this is enough for this video. I have an exercise for you which is here. Okay? I want you to create a variable to store marks of a student. Okay? And if marks is greater than or equal to 90, then you need to say A grade. Okay? Or the grade is A. If the marks is greater than or equal to 80 and less than 90, then you need to say the grade is B. And similarly, you have grade still F. Okay? So you need to use if, else if and else to get the result. Okay? I want you to pause this video for a few seconds because I'll be showing the result or the program to get this. Okay? Pause the screen, work it out and come back if you are stuck. Alright. So let me show you the solution or program. Okay? So this is the program to achieve the result. Alright? So I hope you have understood. Keep on practicing. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.